Hello there, Internet. My name is Mogwai, and ahead of us lies yet another brilliant day in the arena. Sorry for the absence these last few days. It's been a really hectic weekend. A lot of, socialness happening within my life. that generally is not a thing because I'm a shut-in. Yeah, TLDR. A lot of personal stuff. I'm gonna get married in like a little bit over a month by the end of August, essentially, and because of that, a lot is happening. This weekend was Gabby's bachelor's party, and because of that, we had people coming in and staying at our home as well for the weekend, and so it just wasn't the environment for me to really like record properly. And I took it as, as a way to kind of like take a bit of a breather since I've been going really hard at it ever since, we pivoted to Magic the Gathering Arena. And I want to make sure that I'm fresh and ready to go for when the expansion comes out. Bloom Barrow is coming out in less than 2 weeks, essentially. And I want to make sure I'm all over that and I can showcase a bunch of cool decks with the new cards. So, yeah, thank you guys for those of you who are back here and watching and haven't forgotten about me. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. I love you. Let's talk about today's deck. It's a really cool one, actually, even though I'm not sure if this deck will get a lot of clicks, to be honest, because the art perhaps isn't the most captivating thing immediately, even though I'm a big fan of SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER's art. But it's one of those concepts that, perhaps, won't be as exciting as like, looking at the book at its cover. But this deck, once you get into it, is actually one of the more efficient ones that I've made so far, and a very one that I'm really proud of because it's really something that I haven't really seen anybody doing, and that is applying the plot mechanic but blending in with black and designing a mid-range / control. It's kind of like in the middle, between those two. It functions like a control deck, though it does play at a bit of a higher pace than most control decks that especially in Standard. But it is essentially a plot Sultai reactive list designed around the SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER. 3 mana, uncommon human rogue with a 2/3 stat line and ability that says when SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery card in your graveyard gains flashback until the end of turn. The flashback cost is equal to the mana cost. So this card, you see Doc Arlock here, and you may think, oh, so you want to be able to plot her for cheap, but Doc Arlock Grizzled Genius is actually, if I may say so myself, a genius addition to this deck core. So humble. Because it's not only, like, Doc Arlock synergizes with every plot card, right? But the synergy between Doc Arlock and SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER is what I like to call Omega synergy. Like, like we mentioned, Joyra, the innovator, the great innovator, paired with like Shore Up because it untaps her. Like, there are card combinations that are just like, they go far and beyond, and these two go very well together because Doc Arlock doesn't just say that plotting cards from your hand cost 2 less. The text also says spells you cast from your graveyard or from exile cost 2 less to cast. So not only will you be able to plot the likes of SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER for just 1 mana, whenever you play SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER and you trigger the upon entry effect and you get a instant or sorcery from your graveyard and you give it flashback cost for that turn, you're going to be able to play that for 2 less mana as well. So one of the combos that I really love to set up is having Doc Arlock and then going for the plot into SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER on turn 3, and then turn 4 we play Cerebral Confiscation, we develop our plotted Lockpicker, we recycle the confiscation, and we play it again for just 1 mana. And what does this lead to? Well, add the 2 effects. We discard our opponent from 4 cards. 4 cards out of their hand, completely gone. Absolutely crippling play to happen on turn 4 of a match because of the timing, because of the, if you factor in, I did all this boring math, so you don't have to. But basically, like, when you start with your hand, you have 7 cards. You drop a land. You got 6. You draw another one. You drop a land. And then eventually you're making plays. Most often than not, most decks on turn 4 will have like 3 to 4 cards in hand, unless card draw effects have happened in multiple times. Like it depends, right? A lot, like, it's not a specific thing or like an exact thing. But more often than not, that's how it ends up. And being able to attack their hands so violently by turn 4 is just a great feeling. I mean, for you, it's terrible for them. But yeah, who cares about your opponent? They could die. in game, obviously. As that is basically the entire foundation for this concept. I just wanted to combine SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER with this and have a deck that can recycle a bunch of very efficient black spells that will either remove creatures or planeswalkers or attack the hand. And that's what we got going on here. We got a couple of copies of Bitter Triumph. We got Go for the Throat as 2. We got a one-off of Shoot the Sheriff. So 5 sources of black, 2-mana based instant single trigger creature removal. I put a lot of words into the description. I'm pretty sure I could have not done it like that. We got a full set of Cerebral Confiscation. We, like the vast majority of the time, we're going to be going for the first option of just for 3 mana being able to discard 2 cards from our opponent's hand. The power in this card, in this deck specifically, lies within our ability to recycle it. Keep that in mind. And then we have a one-off of Gix's Command and some tech cards, mainly for enchantments, in Over the Edge as a one-off and Seize and Desist as a one-off as well. Seize and Desist can also be anti-graveyard interaction as well, which can be fundamental in certain matchups, but I love having that one-off of Desist as an option for these artifact matchups or enchantment matchups, which just go crazy and flood the board with them, and you get to wipe them all out. And most often than not, they just do not see it coming at all, which is particularly amazing, especially when your deck is mostly Dimir. People don't expect you to be able to interact with artifacts or enchantments as well, and then you surprise them with that little bit of sprinkle of green, right? And blow them back. So, yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying, man. This originally is terrible, but we're going to go with it. We'll do it live! As we got Shoulder to the Apocalypse. I always say Apocalypse with it. I don't know why. Shoulder to the Apocalypse allows us to capitalize on our multiple sources of card draw here. She can actually be very, very important. She fits this deck more like better than most black decks that I've seen. She's just good and fits most decks anyways, but in this deck she's even better because we are running a full set of Plan the Heist and we're running a full set of the Steam Core Scholar. The Steam Core Scholar fits this deck really well because it allows us to draw 2 cards and then discard 1 card if it's a unit with flying, so another Scholar for example, or an instant or sorcery, which is a specific type of card that we run a big amount of in this particular deck. So Doc Arlock, the Grizzled Genius, made designing the mana curve for this deck quite challenging, actually. It was a challenging process because most of our deck is Dimir, so we're playing black and blue, but somehow we have to justify blending in a 2-drop that's Simic. It's not the fact that he's Simic, it's the fact that it's a 2-drop Simic, which means we want to be playing Dark Arlock early in the game. That means we cannot be greedy and hold back with the amount of dedicated green sources within our lands. We have to pay the price for this so that we can reliably play this guy more often than not on curve so that we can really start popping off with our plot effects, but also importantly to have 4 copies of this card because it makes such a difference to have this guy on the board or not, because not only with our plot effects, but also when we are recycling our instants and sorceries from the graveyard with the Lockpicker, we're going to be able to play them for much cheaper as well. So it's just such a strong tempo effect that warrants this guy being a 4-of, despite this being a Dimir shell, and forcing us to run a total of 14 sources of green that we have divided amongst several different lands. We are playing Deathcap Glade and Shipwreck Marsh as a 2 of each. These are the only 2 cards in this deck that will rotate. Keep that in mind. I am trying to keep my decks rotation proof, but I am being a little bit more lenient. Flexible, rather. I'm being more flexible with the lands in that sense because, I do want to play these decks optimally as long as these cards are legal. And then once the rotation hits, we can just say goodbye to them forever, right? But for now, we take that approach. We have a one-off of Aclazots as we don't really need that many win conditions, really. Like Shieldred and Aclazots can allow us to eventually win the game. Visage Bandit is there to copy either the SLICKSHOT Lockpicker or the Steam Core Scholar, basically. We are here to either keep pushing card draw and developing flyers with Vigilance, or to have another SLICKSHOT play and be able to recycle through our graveyard once again. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the deck list right there. I'm very proud of it, honestly. Like, it seems a little bit weird and not, kind of like a bunch of like random cards put together at first, but there's actually a lot of thought into it, and it is highly synergistic and extremely efficient. Like, I've actually recording with this was really easy because like once the deck was ready, like the wins just came by one after another one. It was really amazing. So I'm really excited to share this one and, you know what you guys think about the deck. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Magic the Gathering Arena content, except for when life happens and I have to miss an upload. You know, like shit happens every now and then, but for the most part, we're gonna keep it consistent. Love ya. Really appreciate ya. Hope you enjoy the games. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. Back at it. Hasn't been that long. I just hit my table and everything shaked. Great start to the session. Not a bad omen at all. So foolish. We are back at Diamond 4, by the way. It's what happens when you are constantly like making new decks and experimenting. Like you gotta pay with your rank. I should be making a commitment towards actually ranking towards Mythic, but I think, you know, I also have like no need to like rush it. I'll get there eventually, like I did last season, and how I will get every season. They mulligan. We got a Restless Leaf into a Land of Our Waste here to set up the Doc Arlock Grizzled Genius, and we can play the Dark Slick Shores turn 3, unless we draw something like a Botanical Centum. Then our land placement will change naturally. But we have a pretty decent, promising hand here. Doc Arlock comes with a little bit of pain. A little bit of pain as a price. I mixed pain and price in my brain. You know, sometimes if I pronounce words in a weird way, it's because I'm just like mixing them in my head. Because I'm trying to speak faster than I should. This may seem odd, but I'm actually going to plot the SLICKSHOT Lockpicker now. Because if they do not answer my Dark Arlock this turn, I will get rid of their hand as they play land into card, essentially. This is what this deck is all about, baby. Look at this. Look at this beauty of a turn 4 we're heading into. We're going to leave them with no hand whatsoever. By plotting this, and with Doc Arlock's help, we play the SLICKSHOT... I can't talk today, man! We play the Shipwreck Marsh. We go for the Cerebral Confiscation, which costs 3 mana now. We make them discard 2 cards. But Doc Arlock is going to enable this to play this from our graveyard for just 1 mana. You don't got to think, bro. You're losing your entire hand. It's okay. Your decision does not matter. It's fine. Look at this. This was what I envisioned when I made this deck. Look, oh my. Denied! Well, that's a good top deck. I'll give you that. But let's develop the Steam Core Scholar first. We'll draw 2 cards. And I'm going to go ahead and discard the other Steam Core Scholar. I could plot this, but I kind of really want to deal with that. How threatening is this right now? It's not optimal, but I'm going to do it now. And that way I can also just swing with everything. Get a little bit of damage in there. Visage Bandit can become another SLICKSHOT Lockpicker. So we can recycle our removal. That's fine. That's fine. We can race. We can race all day. Do I surveil here? What am I looking at? I kind of like the idea of just like smashing them. Let's play the maze. Ooh, that's pretty good though. I mean, now am I gonna mill myself, or am I gonna get that before I do that? No, and yeah, no, yeah. I'm gonna mill myself. And go face. I'm not gonna... There was a little bit of perhaps overthinking there. I have the Steam Core Scholar. Yeah, they get the 7th land, which allows them to attack with this. And more importantly, allows them to block. I don't think they can afford to tap this to... You know, they have 3 blockers, essentially. And I guess that's just not enough for them. Wait, no. They had 6 lands. Oh, look, we're back. They had 6 lands. I miscounted that. I'm like, well, yeah, that was great. That was so fun. That was amazing. I counted 6 instead of 7 for some reason. But you guys saw in that game, like, we got, you know, that's like the thing that came to mind when I made this deck. You know, like how I can use Doc Arlock in conjunction with the Lockpicker to just recycle, like really spells that become inherently super powerful when chained back to back, right? That's what a 2 discard effect like this can do, and we timed it perfectly. Good shit. Next game. All right, round 2 against person. Okay. We're lacking green, but I'm still gonna keep this. We have green now. I'm gonna lead off with the Restless Reef. Even though if we top deck Doc Arlock, yeah, I probably regret that. I regret that. I should have let off with this in case I top deck Doc Arlock. That was a mistake. I have double Darkslick Shores and 2 tap lands already, so I thought I could, but... I can play Doc Arlock now. And I can plot you. So it works out, like I get the same effect as, like if they have removal now... I don't have the ability to like chain these Cerebral Confiscations though, because I have 2 tap lands incoming. Because I should have led with the stun. I mean, this mistake is definitely. Create a tap Power Stone token. Or change of, or we can, because never punish. No, will you stop? My goodness, no, wait, I forgot, I mixed blue for Cerebral Confiscation. We get rid of their hand, boy. Another round. Don't mind if I do. SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER. And we get to play for 1 mana. And obviously we go for the first option because even if it's a land, they discard it. Oh. Oh, that's pretty good. That's a good top deck. It seems like we're gonna get a big hit incoming here. But the fact that they're low on gas is really key. We're gonna get a hit, but you know, this is an effect that only lasts a turn, right? Or yeah, it only lasts a turn. Good stuff. Let's go for the plan the heist. Draw 3 cards. And we can quite simply plan the heist again. I'm gonna keep this so I have go for the throat enabled. In case something big comes. I can't kill the Mender. But I can't deal with that. They're drawing lands. That's, you know, that's the beauty of, like, you know, attacking their hand. They're top decking. They're top decking. We keep drawing. Eventually we'll find the substance. Oh, destroy all artifacts and enchantments. Oh, that is... The problem is they get to draw a card. I'm gonna do this. Like, here's the thing. I don't want to be using that for that. So I'm gonna drop a tapped land here, and I'm gonna call that a turn for now. I have desist, so if they have like big enchantment plays, I can get around them. Unfortunately, I can't kill this. That's a bit of an issue. I am definitely flooding myself here. With the Visage Bandit, I can re-trigger that, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this to recycle you. Then I'm going to play you. And I'm going to develop the Deathcap Glade. And I'm going to discard a Botanical Sanctum and the Yamivaya Coast at this point. No, a Dark Slick Shores. Like, I need to get rid of my tap lands at this point. I want to be maximizing. They pull out some lands. You are a regular creature. You're a regular creature. So right now, like, the value from desist isn't quite there, but they do have a line that's just like blocking, you know, removing, preventing us. There you are. I'm gonna discard a card to destroy that, so that then when they draw a card, I can confiscate it. Okay. And then I'm gonna swing with all these. It's time we put them on the clock. We play this Team Core Scholar. Draws us 2 cards. I'm gonna decline, and I'm gonna discard 2 lands instead. And develop the Underground River. Playing that Underground River just kind of like brought my brain back to like that sketch from what was his name? You know, he was threatening some kids that they were gonna end up like him because he was gonna live in a van down by the river. Oh my God, Chris Farley. Chris Farley, I did just rest in peace. Yeah, that just came to my mind as soon as I played the Underground River. I don't know, my head is weird. But we stabilized, and the key play was yet again, ladies and gentlemen, yet again, the confiscation. The cerebral confiscation just coming in, and their 9, their win condition. Amazing. All right, round 3 against Wolf Shader. And this is a risky keep. We have no green source of mana for Dark Arlock, and we only have 2 lands. But we're going second. So mulliganing, like, I like to keep 2 landers generally when I'm going second, unless my curve is heavier. Because I just, as you can see, I never get punished. It's just not how we roll. I'd like to play Dark Arlock potentially on turn 3. Is that a thing? Nah, let's lead off with the Deathcap Blade. The armor's crap cordier is annoying. I may have to deal with it. They plot that. I think I'd like to kill you. Go for the throw now. Potentially plot a little bit later. Or plot now. And then adapt to whatever comes. I'm gonna plan the heist. Gives me a very powerful draw effect that will allow me to find lands. And I have removal for whatever else big is coming here. For 5 mana, I should be able to deal with it. That's crazy. We almost did not find that land there. But now we get to do this. We do that. But then I'm also going to do this. Into this. Look at that. Look at that. Doc, Arlock value. Let's keep you in the back, though. So that Trailblazer can think twice before attacking. I do gotta deal with that Trailblazer though. Like it is allowing them to not run out of gas. What the fuck? They got rid of my go for the throat here. No, they got rid of the draw instead, which is a mistake for them. Whenever one or more non-token creatures you control die, create a green fungus dinosaur creature with a power equal to the total power of those creatures. Whenever one or more non-token create a green fungus dinosaur with the base. Okay, that's actually quite problematic. Go for the throw will cost 1 mana. I can clean up this board, which is what I should do. So first, we develop the SLICKSHOT LOCKPICKER. We take this go for the throat, and we use it. This bandit is nice for now, but I think I can play this. I can clear this and this, but I can also. I'm worried about them having removal specifically for my units. I'm gonna develop Shieldred. This enchantment is a problem. I was expecting that, but I wanted to tap that instead of like tapping it when they go face. I want to do that to banish that, which is understandable. I kind of gotta deal with that shit. It's just that with this combination, like I do have enchantment and artifact removal, but I have it as a one-off. I have this is as well, but it's very expensive for that particular one. And it's really this is really getting out of hand. Like this board is difficult for me to handle because everything that I kill is coming back, right? I'm gonna take this approach. They're actually holding back, them not attacking. I mean, this will get stunned if they attack. The Silverback Elder will bring them back into the game as well, so we need to... You don't have trample, right? You're just a 5/7. I'm gonna play Shieldred. And then I'm gonna double plot. I'm gonna attack with the Scholar. I'm gonna block like this, and then I'm gonna play the Visage Bandit, and I'm gonna copy the Steam Core Scholar, which will allow me to draw all these cards. I can discard the Cerebral Confiscations, and it has no purpose here. Getting our life back up a little bit. We're gonna play the Steam Core Scholar again. I could also just play you. You have one blocker into this. You have one blocker into this. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 12. You're dead. No. No, I don't know why I counted this guy as he could attack. You block this. We have 6, 10. No, you're not. No, I mean, yeah, but Shieldred dies. I just do not have the swing right now. I just need to develop more. Steam Core Scholar. We draw 2 cards. I'm gonna play this. And I get to do that. And just going wide for them, just spreading out here with an army of scholars. They tap. Wait, what? Why would you do that at the beginning of your up phase? Why would you do that there? I think they kind of goofed. Also, remind me that you have no cards in hand to like impact this combat. Even if you duplicate this, even if you double this, I'm just making sure that I'm not missing anything. Your effect is no. You can double target creature's power until the end of the turn. Like, we take 16 here. Like, what am I missing? I'm worried that I'm missing some detail, like something that they can do. They could double its power, but it's just 16. I survived this, even after they proc it with that. And it's a tap effect, which means they can't trigger it twice. This only has an effect whenever you cast a creature spell, and this doesn't do anything. And this is tapped already. I guess they didn't really think that through. Yeah, I mean, that kind of works, honestly. To be fair, that was stupid on my end. But 1, 2. I mean, I have lethal with these alone. Like I said, I just set that up and I have lethal. Like I was just so paranoid that I was missing something. I was like, maybe I'm rusty. Like, because my opponent was making plays like really fast at that point, and it's just like, okay, maybe they're just like, you know, autopiloting, which is I assume what happened. But you know, with Magic, sometimes you just forget this little minor detail that's on the board that just eludes you for some reason, and then you just get blown back, right? Like it's happened to me before. That's why I was like very, you know, I was on my toes there when I clearly should not have been. So not bad. Not bad. We're having a nice streak. Not even bad. 32 minutes. Let's keep going. Bioshocker. With that big flashy diamond. As, I mean, we have all the land sources we want. We have removal. We have Shieldred. We have graveyard interaction. We're missing combo pieces, right? Like our Grizzled Genius and our plot cards. But this is a good way to start things, I think. We see a Broker's Hideout. This could mean a Nisa deck. Gonna lead off with the Dark Slick Shores, and we'll go on from there. Another Dark Slick Shores. Let's enable our removal and our graveyard interaction as well. Important. Could potentially be very important with these kind of lands. But I think if we want to seize desist, we do want to prioritize other more threatening targets. That is a good draw right there. Yamivaya Coast. Cerebral Confiscation. Let's get this in here now. Put it into our graveyard so that if we find the pickpocket, we can recycle it. We see Tear Asunder and Gleesa Sunslayer. Good hit there, though. No Nisa or anything like that so far. I'm gonna develop Shieldred the Apocalypse to apply some pressure to them. They're building up for something, though. And right now we... oh, there she is. There she is. I do want to apply some pressure here. I'm going to plot. And keep the mana open for Bitter Triumph and the Seize Desist here. Okay, Glorious Sunrise. At the beginning of combat, on your turn, choose one. Creatures you control get +1/+1 trample. For the turn, target land gains draw a card of control you gain 3 life. Okay. Okay, powerful enchantment there. We can dispose of it with Seize Desist potentially. That punishes them. But they probably found the land. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna seize, because I could destroy this, but it spends like an entire turn for me. I don't like that. So instead I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna draw. There it is. There it is. Over the edge. Throw that away. And now we connect. And then Slick Shot Lockpicker, baby. Coming in, getting us that Cerebral Confiscation again. And get rid of 2 of the 3 cards left in their hand. Big stuff. And now I'm gonna go for the Sunken Citadel. What are we lacking? We got blue, we got green, we got black. 3 green, 3 blue, 3 black. It's all distributed perfectly. We don't have a source of green that doesn't ping us, but we barely have any green plays. We actually have 4 blue, so let's go black with the Sunken Citadel. If they play a land this turn, again, they discarded two cards here. So they need a 7th land for these to be able to attack. They have Honest Roosting, which allows them to pick up Glisa and play her this turn for just 2 mana, developing a line of defense right there. That is inherently no joke, but ultimately not enough. As we just break through. Oh, shut down. Max Moz. Our final opponent. Oh. Oh, yeah. We can lead off with green. Probably, we want blue, though. We really want blue. So because I want to be able to play Doc Arlock on curve, I'm going to develop the Deathcap Blade. And then I'm going to go with the Dark Slick Shores. And I'm going to risk not getting a tap, like... Yeah, that's fine, though. Because what we can do is we can start plotting. Develop the Hedge Maze. We have another land there. Honestly, that's good enough. Because we need the ability to play a tap land if we... Because next turn we can afford to play Sunken Citadel, but I like having that land there. Even though we have planned the heist. And before anything, I want to get these plots out of the way. Okay, they discard Greater Tanuki, which allows them to search for a land. We're going to play the Sunken Citadel. And now we have 2 blues, 2 black. Let's go black since we have a Yami Vallecos in hand. And we have that tapped land, guaranteed. The untapped land, I mean. Maybe we could have gone through it, honestly, but it is what it is. We're gonna plan the heist, draw 3 cards. We're gonna plan the heist again. And draw 3 cards once more. I'm gonna use Over the Edge now. And have that countered, which is completely fine. Because now we baited them. Because now we play the Land of Our Wastes. And we confiscate. I'm gonna do this. Nahiri's Resolve gives everything haste and allows them to bounce things back, but I'm gonna keep this Bitter Triumph open. And use Shield to try to apply some pressure. I really want to get this Restless Reef down, but I needed to have 6 land here so that I could be able to generate Shieldred plus have the backup. But I've been finding for the right turn to develop this Restless Reef, but I find myself needing all my tapped lands or untapped lands every single one of these turns. So we're in this position where I would have liked to have this down already, but I won't sacrifice like development for it. Okay. Is that a desist I see? Is that a desist I see? Let's swing first. Let's go for it. Booyah! And now we play the Restless Reef. And we apply the pressure again. We take away the Nahiri's Resolve so that their creatures do not have haste. And now they go for the Trumpeting Carnosaur. Okay. Whoa! Okay, so their deck is designed to do that. So this is a chain that exists in Standard? Okay. Well, that's gonna rotate at least. Yeah, that is a combo. If you run those mimic cards, like they can actually copy and just chain, and because you're discovering and discovering puts at the bottom of the deck. Okay, I need to think if there's actually like a legitimate way out of this. Can I drop him? Can I deal 7 damage somehow? I don't think I can. They all have trample. Like, it's just too much. Like, I can do this. I can Bitter Triumph another one, but they still have 4 of them. They still have 4 of them. I have to develop this. I have to drop you. And I have to hope that they just leave themselves wide open here. So obviously we kill one of those by discarding a card. But then we have a total of 14, 21, 28 damage. 28 damage. If we block like this, we take 21. This counts for 2. So can I do this into the, oh my god I can. Oh my god I can. Oh my god I can. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's a miracle. I didn't even math, man. Oh, that island draw. Oh, let's go.